Hey, sorry it's been so long for me posting, but you notice anything different? I got my top braces off, but as you can see, still need to get veneers there. Anyways, I just wanted to make a video. It's law school season, law school applying season. So I work at a law firm with a lot of people that are aspiring to go to law school. So I just wanted to make a video about applying to law school specifically. So I apologize for those people who ask questions about my school and like Canvas and hybrid. This is just going to be about law school in general because it is the season to apply. So hopefully all of you have already taken the June LSAT, which should be, the score should come out about October. If you've taken the December LSAT, I don't know if scores are going to come out in time for you to really have the strongest negotiating power. So for those of you who are worried about that because you want to start 2021, I was in the same predicament and I waited a whole nother year to advance my chances with scholarships. So I will tell you that I did get into a school, I think around this time, or maybe it was like March when I applied, but I waited because I just wanted to maximize my scholarship potential. So 2 things I'm going to reiterate to you guys again, which is lawschoolnumbers.com, which will allow you to gauge where you are with your GPA, being a URM, which means underrepresented minority if you are one, and your LSAT score. So it's really important that you stay reasonable with what kind of tier you fall into. So in law school, there is technically 5 tiers. Schools 1 through 14, which means the top 14 is considered Ivy League. Tier 1 is the schools below that, which are starting at like schools like UCLA and Vanderbilt. Top tier 1, which is like the next, I want to say maybe 35 or 40 schools on the ranking. And then tier 2 is your schools, your good state schools like Florida State, Georgia State, some of the other ones. I think maybe Stetson in Florida might be the bottom of tier 2. And then tier 3 is your schools that, some of these schools are really good in tier 3, like Howard Law is tier 3. And some other schools that are smaller known, like maybe your San Diego State and things like that, or I forget what it's called, SDU, I don't know, San Diego University, whatever. And then tier 4 are the schools that you definitely probably want to consider how much debt you're going to be in when you go to, because they have poor bar passage rates. So tier 4, and believe it or not, my school is tier 4 only because it's a new school, because they haven't really gathered a lot of data. It is new as of 4 years ago. The university merged with the regular law school. So keep that in mind also. Like, what you really want to focus on is the ABA's approval of, like, as far as their report that they come out with every year of which law schools give you the best chance to have a JD required or JD preferred job. And they do that data 9 months after graduation for the people who have finished law school, that have actually got their JD, whether they took the bar or not. And then the other thing you want to look for if you have to resort to a tier 4 school is the bar passage rate, because actually there's a girl at my school who was at Arizona Summit, which used to be known as Phoenix College years and years ago, and they closed that school down, and that's why she's going to my school, because you know, there's been a lot of litigation from law students about whether it's worth it to go to law school. So that being said, you really, if you're only limited because, say you only got a 148 on your LSAT and you have a really low GPA, those are your only chances is to go to a tier 4 school, you may really want to consider how much debt you're going to have. because sometimes you will not be able to get a job at a law firm if you go to one of those schools. In fact, two of the attorneys that I work with have gone to schools that are considered fourth tier law schools. But that also being said, it really is about time and opportunity and really just how hard you grind, because people always think personal injury law, which is what I work in, is, bottom of the barrel, like ambulance chasers or whatever. But the thing people don't realize is if you really get good at personal injury law, you can make a ton of money. And, a lot of people are regulated to only working personal injury if they graduated from a school that didn't provide them with great internship opportunities or great networking opportunities, or say live in a place where it's very rural and then there's not a lot of opportunities for mid-level to high-level big law firms. So I'll just say this: anything is possible. If Kim Kardashian can go to law school with no college degree, and get a firm to sponsor her. And yes, there's wealth behind that. But that's the thing about the law industry. It's very wealth driven. So networking is everything. I tell people this. Go to, if you can find somebody that has a law sponsored event that allows you to just network, even if you have to pay, please pay. And just meet other lawyers and talk to your friends that know lawyers and ask them to have lunch with you. And I promise you, I have done this so many times, and most lawyers, because the law community is a community that encourages mentorship, they will usually be like, it's on me, don't worry. Let's have lunch. I'll tell you all about law school. This is one thing that I want to tell you guys. Every lawyer wants to talk about their law school experience. And they'll pay people to listen to it because other lawyers don't want to hear it. Everybody's gone through their own. So, and the practice of law is one where mentorship is very encouraged with judges, with legislation, with people that are partners at law firms. So don't be afraid to ask people for information. I always give it freely to people that I work with, and sit down and talk to people. Okay, back to applying. So the thing that I want you guys to know is, one, it's very important to take your June LSAT. And I know the time has passed, but if you have taken it, apply as soon as the applications open. That is the most important thing. Get those early decisions if you can. The pockets are the widest for law schools when the applications open. So it's really important to go ahead and do that. Your negotiating and bargaining power is so much stronger when you've already been accepted. Then you can take your LSAT again. If you get a higher score, call the school up. Hey, did you see my new LSAT scores? Are you going to increase my money? This is something that I did consistently. And sometimes the schools automatically raise the money for the scholarship offers before I even had a chance to call them. So just know that they're watching that because it's getting very competitive again for law school. The other thing to realize is every cycle changes. Once Trump got in office, a lot more people started going to law school because they were so into the politically, polarized culture that everybody wanted to figure out, how did this happen, right? So now is a time where it's getting more competitive because we got droves of people going to law school. So just know what time you're in. In 2008, all the way through 2011, there were tons of people going to law school because the economy was bad. So people just sat out and were like, hey, I got nothing else to do. I can't get a job. Let me go to law school. So around 2013, 11 through 14, when all those people were graduating, there wasn't enough jobs for everybody. And so people stopped going to law school because they had so much debt from law school. They started telling other people, don't go to law school. So I came in right behind that time, the perfect timing, where there was not a big drive to go to law school. Now that time is reversing. So it's really important that you get those scores up, get those applications in as soon as possible. And I tell people, whatever it costs to get your LSAT there, get it there. I studied for a year. Did I want to wait another year? Of course not. I was in my 30s, not even mid-30s, going towards the late 30s. I did not want to wait another year. But sacrificing $5,000 to get a private tutor and take Princeton Review was everything. Also, you guys, hit me up privately about the accommodations. I will try to get to you. I know some people have gone over to my Instagram page. It's really hard for me to answer on the Instagram page. I will try to make comments on the YouTube page, but you know, the Instagram page is just for my day-to-day because I post stuff about law school, but that's more of, you know, a private thing. But anyways, yeah, get those applications in as soon as possible. Get your personal statement up. People underestimate the personal statement. I don't know what book this is, but there's a book you can get that's full of law school personal statements. Mine, I feel, is like what really drew me over the top. I talked about an experience I had in China and like healthcare and why it was so important to me. It was really personal, so I don't want to share like everything about it. But really focus on that personal statement. It can make or break your application. If they're on the fence between you and somebody else who has the same GPA and LSAT score, that personal statement will take you places. So please read some personal statements. It's not your standard business degree. I want to go to law school because blah, 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 blah. You really have to put a lot of thought and creativity into that personal statement. So work on that. If you just need to get that in, take a week. I had a doctor whose wife was a lawyer read my personal statement, and he was a novelist, so he's a writer. But I had him look at it several times. My friend who's in marketing, I had her look at it several times because it's really important to have a good, strong personal statement. My video is getting really long, you guys, so I don't want to keep going on this, but I will just say negotiate. No offer is set in stone. When you get that offer, ask for more. And if you need to take the LSAT again because you're not happy with the offer, do it. $190 is worth an extra 15 grand on your scholarship. It's worth it. The headache of retaking it again is worth it. I'm telling you this coming from somebody who registered 3 different times. And one of those times I couldn't even take it. So, and do I regret it? No, because I had a 90% scholarship to Howard Law. I had $105,000 scholarship to Stetson Law. Yeah, I lost my scholarship at Howard, so what? I got another one where I am now. So I'm just telling you this on the strength of your LSAT score. I got my second scholarship at the school, not because I did so great at Howard. My grades tanked at Howard. It was off the strength of my LSAT and off the strength of just who I was and my personal statement. So please don't underestimate those things. Check out lawschoolnumbers.com, toplawschools.com. I think it's top-law-schools, toplawschools.com, something like that. But anyway, it's on Reddit. But anyway, check these things out. There's tons of resources, tons of Aggie Excel sheets with all the stats if you're looking for them. And by the way, if you go on lawschoolnumbers.com, my user ID is gbullock19, BULLOCK, so you can even check my own stats there. I was totally honest about them. Not everybody's honest. But anyways, I hope this helps. And happy law school season as far as applying. Just know you got until about March, so do your best. And if you miss that time, wait till June. You'll have the best luck with the next cycle for 21-22. All right, everyone. Y'all have a good one. Bye.